2 days ago, while I was cleaning shop, I found another fillet blade with already pre-cut tang. So I guess I made the handle. I just never glued it together. So what we're gonna do is this little piece of nice contraption, yeah, whatever. And this little piece of zebra we're gonna use in another video. That's what we're gonna use. A little piece of cloth. This one already has a pre-drill hole, but I'm gonna drill a 1/4 inch hole through here, and it'll pretty much just be then ready to glue. So basic cedar wood, hole deep enough. Now we just kind of gotta force the bolster in there and degrease everything with denatured alcohol, and it'll be ready 100% to glue. Oh, it fits like a T. Look at that. Does it? And nothing a little blow. Oh, will you look at that? That's perfect. I think the grain in that wood is gonna be really pretty, and I don't know. It kind of hurts me seeing this being a fillet blade, just because it's really pretty patterns. But I think it's gonna turn out pretty decent. Everything's gonna turn out really neat. It's ready for gluing now. I might put cloth here and epoxy everything together. Once this is oiled, it's gonna look really neat. We're gonna be using Loctite 60-minute extra time epoxy. It bonds metal, ceramics, everything. A little party cup that people do shots in. I'm just gonna be using half of the epoxy because there is no reason for me to use more than that. It'll just end up being a waste. Everything has been thoroughly degreased, so everything should theoretically glue perfectly. We also have 2 pieces of cloth. I'll get my gloves on. I'm surprised I didn't cut myself on this video. That's a very common occurrence when you're a knife maker. And we're gonna use a trusty screw to mix the bit of epoxy we have. Man, that is very little epoxy. I need a little bit more epoxy on that. That's very, very small amount. There we go. Kind of being stingy with it. It's not cheap. Well, it's not expensive either, but mixy. Okay, we're gonna put epoxy in the handle section first. Well, the whole thing is a handle, but in the main body of the knife, just to make sure always make sure to have enough epoxy for the handle. It sucks when you're making a very big handle and then you have to mix more epoxy because you forgot that you weren't gonna have enough. So this bolster didn't need any modifying. It's pretty perfect right there. I'm gonna switch the hands, lay this down, scoop some epoxy, lay it all out. Gosh, okay. No, I got some epoxy on the blade. Oops, that's fine though. Can't wipe it on my pants. That's not a thing in the shop. I'm gonna put a little piece of cloth just to add that black line. Wipe the excess epoxy from the bolster. Oh, you can't see much, can you? Okay, I'm sorry. Just try to make the best out of it, right? Oh, the epoxy fell. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna put the camera, not the phone. It's a phone. It's a camera as well. Looks like we mixed just enough epoxy to fill the hole. Smother, smother, smother. Get the screw in there too. Get some wood and some epoxy inside of that. I think we mixed just enough epoxy, just the perfect amount. I'm just gonna go in through the bolster right here. Make sure we have enough epoxy in between there, since I got a little bit extra. Just always gotta make sure. Too much epoxy is not a bad thing. Too little, definitely is. Oh gosh, I threw the bolster out of whack. There we go. Scraping the leftover epoxy. Nope. Going in there with a hand. There we go. That's how you get all of it. And the little finger. In there. Make sure you get all of it. Extra epoxy in there. Okay. Wipe your hands off on whatever you can. Get the blade in there. Get a little pop noise. Make sure everything is lined how you want it to be lined. Oh man. Pro tip, do not push the blade with your finger. I gotta clean that excess epoxy off. Okay. Oh, it glued perfectly, and by perfectly I mean alright. Everything looks straight, and if it's not, we can always correct it in the way we grind. This is gonna look very pretty. We can kind of see with the stained epoxy. I'm about to go take this over to the belt grinder, clean it up, get it shape, and give it life. That's not very common for me. There's these little flexible sanding paper now. It's really good. Like, I don't even buy anything else now. I'm doing 150. Yeah, 150 real quick just to take off that I don't know, some of these finer woods and get a little bit more bruised by by the belt grinder. So especially in little angles and things like that, hit it with some little sandpaper real quick. It'll buff it up, make the difference in the world. Especially like right here, I was noticing. That's where it, was worse. Make sure you don't have like really unattractive scratches. Though I do leave my knives a little bit rustic. Some people are like, why do they have scratches? I'm like, because I actually just leave it as rustic as it can get. Rustic beauty. Okay. I'll vacuum the handle up real quick just to get the dust off, and then we'll oil it. That looks really nice. That transition. That's some A+ kind of deal. Part of the whole video. I got all the bits of epoxy and such off of the blade, and now we're just gonna. Why are you crying? We're just gonna oil it. That ought to be just enough. Ooh. I don't know. If we would have put a white wood in there, that would have been just perfect. Doesn't look bad, but it would have been just white. Just it would have given a better contrast. It looks nice though. I like it. I like it. It looks neat. Very professional looking. Oh, I'll accept. I'll accept. Okay.